Welcome to another episode of the Find Your Voice podcast. My name is Freya Casey. I'm a professional singer and vocal coach. But beyond that, I'm very passionate about working on my mindset so that I can actually be happy every single day and content with what I have while really striving for growth. Overcoming doubt. Let's talk about that a little bit. I recently saw a lot of Layla Hormozi content. I don't know if you're familiar with the Hormozis. They put out a lot of content about growing your business and, a lot of business stuff. They have huge businesses. They make a lot of money, but I really love their story. And I love how Layla and Alex kind of have their own thing going on. She's more responsible for the team and team building and, hiring and all the things in their company. And Alex is more about really getting into the big picture and making plans. So what I really have loved lately, when Layla had a podcast, and she has a podcast, I'm going to put the link in the description because I love her podcast. He has a podcast and she has a podcast. She looks at everything through her own lens, and she was talking about overcoming doubt. This is kind of how I look at it too. There's always a time when, whenever you make a decision, especially when you make big decisions, there are feelings that come with it, especially when you're going into the unknown. I am doing a lot of things that are going to result in me not knowing what's happening. So going into a different country, moving overseas, moving from Germany to the States, taking my kids as a single mom, 3 kids, and all the things that are attached to that. There's a lot of unknowns. The last time I lived in Texas, I lived there for 7 years, I came back here to Germany in 1994. So it's been, not 1994. 1994 is when I got married in the US in 2005. So it's been almost 20 years since I've lived there. It's going to be very different. The situation's going to be different. I'm going to not be there with my husband. I'm going to be there on my own. I'm going to be there with 3 kids. I'm going to have a business, and I'm there with a visa, with an investor visa. In order to get the visa, you have to run your business, and you can keep your visa as long as you really want to for years and years, but you have to actually fulfill the business plan that you laid out. So a lot of things happening, and it's just me. So yes, it is a little bit scary. Recently, I put out an episode about getting married to the decision that I've made. And I feel like that's a lot of what Layla is saying. She says it like this: you have feelings, which is legit. Everyone has feelings. We are all afraid sometimes. We have fears, we have hopes, we have things that we want and we desire, and then we have doubts. And this is very normal. When we make a decision, we logically think about it. So the logical thing is, I do that sometimes, write down all the pros and all the cons. But then, yes, do also consider how you feel about something, because I think that is very important. How do we feel about something? But when you get really excited, like I'm excited about moving to Texas and growing my business there and establishing a home base there, I'm very excited about it. And I have that vision and I can see it right in front of me. Yes, when doubts creep in, I just remind myself of the fact that, yes, it's okay. I'm human. I have these feelings, but I made a logical decision where my feelings are based on, this is something I want to do. And it's normal that it's scary. I'm giving up everything here. We're going to sell the house. We're going to just break off our tents here, and then we're going to start all over again there. It can be scary, and there are moments when I feel, it's so comfortable here. It's everything I know. It's going to be so much work getting everything over there and just starting all new again. It's not like I'm 20 anymore, but it doesn't matter to me. Age is always something like, there are things that you can do pretty much almost everything. It doesn't matter your age. It's not, unless you don't want to do something. But getting married to the decision that you made, and then, like Layla says it, she looks at her emotions like, okay, I recognize you. I acknowledge you. It's okay. I don't condemn you. You're part of me, and it's normal. I'm a human being. But I'm just going to take you with me, but you're going to go in my purse. And although you're with me, I'm not allowing you to take over everything. You're not taking over my life. You're just going to stay in my purse which means you're still part of me. And I think that's really important to acknowledge feelings and emotions that do come up and to not prohibit yourself from feeling anything. It's okay to have doubts and fears and to be scared sometimes and to be hopeful and then not know and maybe wavering. I have this happening all the time. But then reminding yourself that you made a decision based on your feelings and logic. And I think logic is always really important. Once you've made a decision, remind yourself of that moment when it became very clear to you that this is the right decision and it's just something you want to do. And to me personally, there's no right or wrong decision. It's really whatever you decide, that's what it's going to be. You're going to go with it and you're going to just go ahead and take that route. It doesn't mean there's never a way back. It also doesn't mean everything is just going to change entirely in your life. There are many ways to Rome, as they say, many paths to Rome. Many roads lead to Rome. Is that how you say it? Es führen viele Wege nach Rom. That's how we say it in German. So it's not like there's only one thing to do. And I always feel like about God's will too. It's not like there's one thing written in stone. I think you could do a lot of different things unless it's something really horrible. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt someone else. That's of course not probably the right decision or not the desirable decision. You know, like taking drugs, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes. It's probably not smart, but under logical conditions, that's not a decision you would make. And again, something like that is usually based on a moment of being emotional and giving into something. So I'm not giving into that emotion. I'm recognizing it's there. I'm putting it in my purse and I'm carrying it with me, but I'm not letting it out. I'm not letting it out. I'm not letting it control my life. I want my decision and I want to be married to the decision that I made. That wasn't just spur of the moment. It was a very informed decision. I thought about it a lot. Not just did I think about it. I got a lot of information. I weighed the pros and cons and decided that this is what I'm going to do. And there comes a point where you can't just keep overthinking. It's like Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend. Basically, it's an entire book really just saying, stop it. Whenever you want to do something, don't just drag on and prolong the decision. Just do it. The moment you decide like, oh, I should get up, the alarm rings. Don't just turn it off and then let it go off again. Just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And just do it without overthinking. As soon as we start thinking too much and overthinking, after we actually have made a decision and we know there's something we want to do, we start thinking about it too much and then we're doubting and then we're fearing and then we're like playing all these scenarios. What if this? What if that? And you know what? It's not relevant because put them in your purse. They're there. It's okay. Don't let them out. Don't let them control the situation. You are in control. If you do this, you are the one in control. And I love being in control and I just love being certain. You know, there's something to be said about just not wavering anymore. And I know we all have this. I have moments, but it feels so good to be able to say, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. This is it. Emotions acknowledged. Thank you very much. I acknowledge you're here. I'm human, but I'm just gonna get back in there in that purse, in that pocket, wherever, in that box. And we're just going to continue the path that we decided to go on. Because there's nothing worse than someone who never does anything because they can't make a decision and stick to it. Because that results in inaction. You just, oh, maybe today I'll do it. Maybe tomorrow I'll not do it. And then you end up never doing anything. You never take any action. I have a friend who just recently started a YouTube channel and it was really hard to get started. Once you get started, it's much easier. But getting started, it's like thinking, what should I do? And what's the niche? And what's the tone? And what's my avatar? And I said, you know, I think the best way to do this is to just get started. Just start talking about something that's on your heart, you know, whatever you want to do. It's like she has a very specific niche, of course, but the tone and the exact avatar of people. And I said, just do something. And you will find out as you talk and as you create content, you will find what you're passionate about. You will think about things that you still want to talk about, and you will get feedback. When you publish things, you will start getting feedback, and then it will help you. It's like Alex Hormozy, a lot of wisdom, those two. But Alex always says, you make much faster progress when you put out a lot more content. If you do more, the learning curve is so much steeper because you learn those lessons quicker. So if I make 5 videos every week, I learn a lot faster because I'm going to learn over the course of 5 videos in just 1 week instead of taking 5 weeks to learn the lesson about making those 5 videos and how they received and the comments about them. So putting out more and doing more and deciding faster will just help you with faster progress. Just make faster decisions. That way you get faster feedback and you can, the fork in the road, you can come back the other way and go left again or go right again, but you need that feedback. If you never make decisions because you flip-flop and you made a decision yesterday and today you're like, oh, but I'm feeling this, and then you're letting the emotions take control over your life, you just end up never doing anything. I have a couple of friends, it drives me nuts because one friend in particular always talks about, oh, I should really do this, and this is something I should really do this. And I say, do it. Just do it. Yeah. And then it's all talk, never taking action. And so for years and years, just talking about doing this thing and never actually doing it. So while I have made a lot of progress, this friend is still pretty much in the same place that they started out because they never actually just pulled the trigger and did something. And I just hate that. I hate that. It's like, oh my goodness, it drives me nuts when I have people in my life who just keep talking. Yes, I'm going to do it. Yes, I want to do it and I should do it. And it's the best thing to do. And oh, I'm so excited. Well, just do it then. Just do it. Don't overthink. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Read the book, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It's a great lesson. Basically, everything I told you just today, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't overthink, just do it. That's all that's in the book. But of course, there are a lot of examples which are inspiring and they really help you. Yes, do that. That's all I wanted to say today. Acknowledge your feelings. Even when I'm sad, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't even put any labels on it. It's like, it's not good or bad. Maybe it's something that I like or I don't like, or it's desirable. Is it leading me where I want to go? But I don't even like right, wrong, good, bad. I don't even like that language. And even with kids, I never say to my kids, be good or you're bad. I said, I don't appreciate this. I don't like it. I would be happy if you did this. And I want everyone in this family to be happy. And I want us to respect each other. And this is the way I would like to feel. And this is the way I would like to treat each other. I would like us to act this way. So I never really liked the language. Well, maybe just in the past few years since I've really dove deep into more like mindset kind of issues. And knowing the language that you even use suggests a lot. And the decision isn't right or wrong. It's just, is it leading to what you want? Is it the desired outcome or is it not? And make an informed decision, then just do it, wait for the feedback, and then adjust as needed. Have an amazing day, my friends. I hope to see you next time. Subscribe if you have not already. And I'm going to give you more updates. Really cool things happening now because things are going to move forward. I'm about to pay out large amounts of money to get this entire process started about moving to the States and everything that goes with that. So stay tuned for all the updates. Be blessed and always dream big because big dreams really do come true if you just stick with them. Bye.